Hi, John Mason here. We're at the home of South Windsor legend Joe Krawski, famous math teacher, farmer. We're here to take Joe out for a visit to Old Main Street and some other places. Join us for our first episode of Riding Shotgun with Joe Krawski. Come on, let's go.
Oh boy, see, my lawn looks good, but the thing is I would have pansies out there, but they're gonna start doing $30,000 worth of work just to this apartment alone. Bathroom, siding, roof.
Say hello to your public.
Hey, public, how are you? It's Joe.
Okay.
Yeah, they're closing that down, I guess. Yeah.
They're closing what down?
Red Onion.
The Red Onion?
Yeah.
Why do you think they're closing it down?
Restaurant business. See, they're getting older and no one wants to buy the restaurants anymore.
Yeah, that's kind of like Henry's. I heard Henry's is closing in East Windsor, right?
Yeah, because nobody wants to buy them. You gotta pay a hell of a price to get them. That's the thing.
Henry's has a trailer park to it.
Yeah. But
So if you want to buy Henry's, you're going to have to buy the trailer park.
I don't know. I think they could sell them separately.
I don't think so.
I don't know. That's how he wants to break it up. It's his prerogative to do what he wants to do.
Yeah. Sullivan Avenue got really busy through the years, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Much busier than 140 on East Windsor. Much busier.
Yeah.
Sullivan Avenue. At one time there was nothing here except for that house.
Yeah, whose house is that?
And another house was street. Mary Sullivan was one of the first women to vote in South Windsor. She was one, and they only on educational matters.
Where'd she live?
The house is now down.
There's Sal Casarino's, or Sal sold that trucking company, right?
Yeah, it's down here.
Yeah, these businesses have been here for a while, right?
Yeah.
Woodcock Refrigeration.
Yeah, they've been here, but
Havens, Imperial Oil.
Yeah. No, well, they were up by Geisel's.
Imperial Oil.
But they owned the property for a long time, though.
Yeah.
And this house that's
Yeah, what's that house?
Oh, Christ, it's done for. It used to be an old house with it. I haven't been lived in for years. Maybe.
Who owned it though?
Oh, I don't know.
No. It's Rex Lumber, right?
This is the old Rex Lumber right there.
They're still in business?
Yeah, Patches there's one of the stores. This was the original hardware store.
Oh, for who? Peterson?
No,
Here's Shepherd's
Patterson.
place, right?
Yeah, JES. I know. We searched. It was tobacco shed here. I hung tobacco in that shed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
For Shepherd?
Yeah.
For the old man, Red Shepherd?
Yep. I'm teaching boys how to hang tobacco.
You taught us? Oh, that's Timmy and Kip, right?
Timmy and Kip, yeah. Okay, here's this right there. This is the old right here.
This was the old post office, right?
George Washington. You take a picture right there.
George Washington what?
Well, he came through. All the guys came through. The early colonists came through. This was their store.
The post office?
The post office store. So, well, look at it. It says the oldest post office going. A lot of these things were slave houses that had.
On Old Main Street?
See, this was probably a slave house, but here's the original. Here's one right here. This is a slave house right here. That's where the slaves were kept.
Right there?
Yep. You see, they had their own John too. See, look.
The brick buildings of John?
And yeah, shower and stuff like that, or bathroom. That was the bathroom.
I always admired this house. It's like a little White House here on the left. Who was there?
Before Ellsworth became, this was the, what do you want to call him, the head of the Hartford Seminary. Originally this was the place for Hartford Seminary.
What do you mean, Ellsworth?
Yeah, that was redone in 1936.
Ellsworth
was made into a high school in 36.
How old is Ellsworth, the building?
The building? Well, The building, I would say, is basically from 1936, but there was a building there before, which was a Hartford Seminary, and it was kind of like knocked down a little bit. There's another slave house right there. See
Which one?
That little small one there.
The white one?
Yeah, but the one I showed you was really where they had the bathroom.
And how did that work? The slaves worked tobacco here back then? Or?
No, a lot of them worked for doctors.
Doing what?
Oh, well, there's another little slave house right there. See that right
The
there?
red in the back?
Yeah, that right there.
Main Street is still beautiful.
Or it's much more beautiful than old Weathersfield, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Actually, it's the highest price thing. All the executives now, prices on Old Main Street are all up through the roof.
Yeah. Do you remember where people lived?
Yeah. I remember McCrary's here.
Who?
I know the Polar Brickyards, the Polars. My sister-in-law was a Polar.
Yeah.
But then they married a Zagorski. Elaine Zagorski is really Elaine Polar. Norman.
How about this? What was this? I forgot.
It was really the Mason temple, you know?
Yeah. I remember there used to be dances in there when I was a kid.
And this is right here is the old cemetery, very old cemetery. This is the oldest cemetery in South Windsor, one of the oldest. A lot of cemeteries weren't, a lot of people buried them in their backyard, but this is the oldest cemetery in Windsor. Don't forget, South Windsor was a part of Windsor. This is my mother's family's houses right here. From here on in, bang, all the way down, all these properties. Store, they kept a little store here, a gas station.
Oh, you're not talking about Boston's, right?
No.
Boston.
But the one time there was a gas station there. My cousin Jimmy lives there.
Where's Cachet's?
Right down, we'll go down to Cachet's too. Look at this is Cachet's sod coming out right now. See our sod?
Cachet grows sod on Old Main Street? Is that where?
Yeah, way in the back in here, yeah. And on the side here, over here. Remember we saw them on the side where they were
Yeah.
Up on the land of Old Main Street and here, yeah. They got a bunch of things. The old Lord Farm, they bought that one.
What was the
Birthplace
secret?
of Jonathan Edwards. That's the big thing. Birthplace of Jonathan Edwards.
Jonathan Edwards was a singer, right?
No, he was minister. And he was a minister, but he was also the president of Princeton. You take a look at that. There's a whole sign there. When we go back through, I'll show you. This is Tommy Bordeaux's house.
Now, Bordeaux does what?
He farms. Silas Dean, see right there?
Yeah.
That's what, 1720, something, I don't know.
Yeah.
And a lot of these houses, they'll put them up.
That's who? Is that Tommy Hooley's house?
No, it's what you call it? Hooley's house. That's Goodwin's.
Oh, Goodwin's.
I think it's the oldest Goodwin. And this is Pandozzi's house.
Is that Mr. Pandozzi out there?
One of them, yeah. But he's and he grew up in this house over here. And where was it? Yeah, this is the house they grew up in. Then he bought the property next door to it. Now here comes Cachet's place. Property's all here. See, that's where that sod is coming from, right down there.
Now, where's Cachet's? Oh, that's Cachet's there?
Well, I had this property. I bought. I'll tell you where I bought the property. This is Cachet's, old man Cachet's.
Well, he's what, like 90 something? 97?
97. This is their property, the farm here. And from here on in, I bought this farm.
Really?
Right from here on in. From here, see that house?
Yeah.
And then this was the oldest house on one of the old houses on Main Street. I redid that one.
Really?
Yeah, and then I sold this lot, and Christ, they're after me like you couldn't believe it.
They being who?
All the people. See, right here.
Yeah.
1, 2, was 4 lots here on the front, and the one in the back was where Jay lives now. That's the one I had them. That was the first one that I got it bought out.
How did you combine teaching math at the high school with farming?
Well, first of all, I had to drop the potato operation.
Yeah.
And
Too much?
Yeah, well, no, it was too much in the fall and too much in the spring.
What else? Did you do pickles, or was that Billy, your brother?
No, it was me. I did all the pickling, but the thing was the pickles were like a carry-off. So we didn't have much to do in tobacco. The month of July, we would go, this is Cachet here. Mm-hmm. And hold on, let me take a look.
Any idea how many kids worked for you through the years?
Oh shit, I used to have 50 to 70 a day. We was no tobacco beds. There's only like take a right here. I said, Jesus Christ, I was wondering what they did with tobacco beds. Unless they're gonna go for dinguses. See, there's a sod right there. There's some sod there, right there. See? Remember one time we were coming down here?
Yeah. I wonder how this rain would affect it as on farming.
Well, it's been in the what you call it was no good. I said, there's Eddie's 97 years old. He drives that E.
Is that him? Yeah, there he is, Mr. Eddie Cachet.
Hey Eddie, where's your tobacco beds? Oh, you're getting a plant someplace else, dingus? Yeah, I was wondering. I said I didn't see anybody. I didn't see any beds here. Oh, I'm doing fine. I just got my driver's license for 6 years, so I'll be 88. But I won't. I'll be hard pressed to beat you at 97. How about? Is it bad? How bad is it in the fields now? Wet, huh? Don't stay there. Stay there, Eddie. Yeah, Vivitz Road. Yeah. The plowing down Vivitz Road, that's kind of wet, isn't it?
How you doing, Mr. Cachet?
Yeah.
Good. We're just filming Joe. We're coming down memory lane. We're filming a historical.
Good to see you, Eddie. Good to see you.
Remembering his farm life, and we're gonna make him a movie star.
Joe looks good.
Huh?
Joe looks good.
Well, I've been. I had to get my driver's license, and that's why I needed Duke to take me down there. I mean, I get a lot of rides, but our problem is the cars. You know, like all these companies like they get like Lyft and all these other things, but they give you cars that you can't get into them. I got 2 or 3 nieces that will take me any place, but they don't have. They have these high SUVs and well, I could get into your pickup maybe, but that would be.
How is this rain affecting you? Are you still?
We can't get out.
You're still on hold?
There's the puddles in the field.
Yeah.
You can't plant much, huh?
Well, yeah, we were going to plant May 1st, but we still haven't planted. Tonight, this afternoon showers again, and you can't work the land.
Well, lucky you don't have street car, but they think of Fanny
I
Burnham.
want to see the water. I went through River Road was plowing. Gee, terrible hollow.
Everything is going to be set back this year. That's all. I don't know about Burnham's corn, but it's not going to be ready on the 4th of July.
The corn and the greenhouses want sun.
Yeah.
Huh?
They want sun.
They want sun. Yeah.
They don't get the sun. And the greenhouses are having problems. And the only corn they can plant is upland corn. The meadows corn they can't plant.
Well, with Burnham's, they got that big piece down the River Road. They can't do nothing.
No.
Water stay.
Okay, well.
We'll go. We'll keep in touch.
Okay, keep in touch, Eddie. Good to see you, Eddie. Good to see you, Eddie. But look at our equipment. Boy, huh?
Yeah.
Millions of dollars worth of equipment.
Yeah.
Millions.
Yeah. Somebody made some good choices when they were young, huh?
Well, like we did. We owned more than they did at one time.
Krawski's?
Oh, shit, yeah.
Yeah. Now, was it just you and your brother, or was it just you?
No. My grandfather and my father and my uncle.
Just tell me again, like Red Shepherd, he was the biggest tobacco guy in town?
Yeah, well, tobacco, yes.
Yeah.
They raised about 450 acres of broadleaf.
Yeah. They raised broadleaf, you said?
Yeah, broadleaf.
Yeah.
No shade, all broadleaf. Well, mostly tobacco in South Windsor was broadleaf.
What was the heydays of tobacco? 60s, 50s, 40s?
No, late 40s, early. Well, tobacco from actually it was probably from 1850 on.
So I cut you off. You were telling me about combining teaching with running a farm. I mean, what was the hardest part about that?
Well, the hardest part is that I went to tobacco and vegetables, which are primarily going to be in summertime, and it had a little layover in the fall, in the spring, but I got my kids out of college, my college boys, and they helped me plant, and I had somebody raise the plants for me.
Did you depend on one person to help you out? Did you have
my old man helped me out?
No, but I mean a second in command, a young kid, no?
I had about 4 or 5 college boys.
Yeah.
You know, that they would come out of college or they were seniors in high school. Well, I would start these kids. I never forget one time we went up to my turtles farm in Summers, and he says, "Jesus Christ, Joe," he says, "you got a crew here." And one of the kids said, "Well, we're all career men, and I'm only 20. I've been 10 years here." we were hiring them under 14, anything, you know, like the Longos.
All the Longos? Jack, Steve,
yeah,
Kenny, the younger boy.
Timmy.
Yeah. Any other names stick out that worked for you through the years?
Junknesses. Remember Junknesses? All the Junknesses worked for me.
Yeah.
All the Longos worked for me.
Yeah.
Part of the Fosters worked for me. I mean, I had a bunch of guys.
No girls?
Yeah. I had all the Enuses work for me. I had all the Krawskis, but we had girls. But a lot of times we needed
heavy lifting.
Yeah, well, it was, you know, tobacco was and vegetable picking. We did some vegetable picking, and all my sisters worked the farm. My cousins, my female cousins, all worked the farm. You know, so there was a lot of girls there.
Yeah.
I had a lot of good guys, a lot of kids that really worked, and I taught them a lot too. I taught them how to spear tobacco. You can ask. I taught them how to hang tobacco. My main job at a farm was teaching the help that I had. That's right.
And what did you enjoy most? Did you enjoy the math career or the teaching?
I enjoyed both, very much so.
Yeah.
I was in love with the farm. I used to say the farm was my mistress. You know, teaching, I wouldn't want to do it year round because I would lose my sense of going at it.
Yeah.
You know? And
you like working with your hands.
Well, no, I liked going out to the fields and getting the sunlight and getting all the, you know.
So your role model growing up was who? Your father, your grandfather?
All of them. My uncle, my father, and my grandfather were my role models. And my mother. My mother was, she was not easy, let me call you.
Not easy in what way?
Well, she demanded, well, at one time, my sisters came along and they were the dance queens. She lived vicariously through her kids. My mother was the executive secretary to the president of Edna, so she was not exactly. And they used to say she's the real president of Edna. He'd make the big decisions, but
who was the president of Edna at the time?
Jeff, what the hell? No, Christ, I know it too. It's in my mind now. But he was the president of Edna.
But getting back to teaching at South Windsor High School, how did you approach that? What was your...
Well, first of all, I came through Ellsworth. I went back to the high school where I graduated from.
And you taught there? How old were you?
I was just 22 years old.
22 years old. Right out of Trinity, you had gone to Trinity?
Well, I went for my master's degree. I started teaching at 23 because I was supposed to go to the Air Force because when I was at Trinity, I was in the ROTC, and they said, well, the next 3 years you're going to become a jet pilot. I showed you the picture of me being in the two-seater of the air.
Oh, I thought that was your brother Billy.
No, it was me. And I was going to go. If I said, what happens if I wash out of flight school? They said, no, you'll go to Harvard for meteorological training because you have all the. I was a farmer, so I knew a lot about weather, and and I was really, I was into weather anyway. So no, you're going to go to Harvard for meteorological training. I said, I don't. So that's what happened.
Now you went to Trinity. How was your time at Trinity College?
Tremendous. Yeah, I was right at Trinity College. It was great school.
Yeah.
Of course, very rich. All the Rockefellers, all the.
How did you do grade-wise?
I was a Dean's List student.
Yeah.
I mean, a Dean's List student.
And where did you graduate in the ranking of your class?
Top 10.
You weren't the president of your class, were you?
No.
No.
I was vice president of my fraternity, Alpha Chi Rho AXP.
How do you think your fellow teachers looked upon you as a farmer? Did you ever feel like?
Well, I had a reputation. My family had a reputation. I had a reputation. I had money that they didn't have.
That the teachers that you worked with didn't have.
I had money, and
well, you were at one time. You said you were one of the top farms in the town, or the top farm, the most land, or
yeah, that Capuchinuses. We had and shepherds. We had the most.
What do you miss most about that farming? Now you're 81 now.
Well, I miss getting out and doing stuff, in the fields. Driving a tractor, doing stuff in the fields. Like I really miss that. I learned sod from Red Shepherd because when he was going to try to convert some of his tobacco fields, he had to give them a rest because they were getting diseases.
Who was?
Well, one field he had was bad news, was all kinds of diseases. You should change the fields from tobacco to like corn or something where the diseases wouldn't hang over.
South Windsor never really had a center. I guess this is the...
No, no, we never did until, the center was Main Street.
Oh, yeah.
That was Main Street. That's where the town hall was, everything.
How has the town changed since you were a kid? I mean, of course...
Well, it was very, very rural when I was a kid growing up. Well, Albury had a farm. They're all farms. That's why South Windsor broke off from East Windsor, because they didn't want to go with the trash in East Windsor, in Warehouse Point, and Broad Brook, which were all mill things. People bought from mills.
Yeah.
One vote, one thing. So
yeah.
There were a lot of people in Broad Brook and Warehouse Point, they had the votes, and South Windsor said, screw that. And that's why they broke off from East Windsor.
So this is the cemetery where your parents are both buried? And...
My brother.
Huh?
And I'll be buried.
Your brother, yeah.
And I'll be buried.
Yeah.
Because look at this shit, see?
Oh, you're upset with the way that it's kept up.
Oh, hell yeah. Christ. Look at it. Christ. Look at it. Boy, oh boy, look at that fucking... Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Look at all around here.
Yeah.
He don't do nothing. Look at Jesus, bad news. Now to go to my place. I said, Mom, my mother. I looked up at my mother. She said, Joey, you know what you got to do. I said, I know.
Yeah.
Now, you take a slow.
You weren't a mama's boy, were you?
No, I was a parent's boy. Okay, take it right up through here. Okay, hold slow it. Okay, look at my thing. Here's a moldy, yeah, but look, hold that. See, swallow it right here. Slow it. There's my brother Bobby's, but you see, you see all my grass seed. Some of it got spread over there, but look at my grass and look at all the pansies, and it's the grass. Now when you start mowing it, but it looks great.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
It looks. See. Now you can tell. Look at the next door and the thing.
Yeah.
Shit. Look at. I told Al. Al says I'm pissed at you, Joe. Look what you.
You're next to Capuchinas?
Yeah, but Walt and his father they were close friends of my mother and father.
Yeah.
And you can tell that when it was family, sometimes I'm taking care of them a little better.
Collins,
Yeah,
Higgins.
Collins, look at, but see, there's nothing here.
The Waldron, Stanley Waldron, or the Waldron brothers.
Waldron's, yeah, the Waldron family.
What do you think of when you go by your parents' house, where you worked for so many years, where you?
A lot of fond memories. A lot of fond memories.
Any memories stick out? Any memories more prevalent than others?
Yeah, just everything.
Yeah.
Family, all working together. The house that we built, and we all was in here. All farmland. It goes back. I have memories. One thing I do have is a lot of good memories. Right. I have fond memories of everything, my whole life.
Do you think you sacrificed?
Oh yeah. I do. I sacrifice. Coming back to the farm, I sacrifice.
In what way?
Well, I mean, maybe I could have gone out to the big cities, you know. I had a degree in economic theory and mathematics, you know. I could have been an actuary, but I didn't like to work. I liked to work out in the fields. And I knew what I liked, so.
You think you made the right choice?
Yes,
in life?
I did. I made the right choice. A lot of it was because I lucked out too, but I made the right choice.
Staying in South Windsor.
Yeah.
No regrets?
Nope. None.